want to get rid of oil. They want to get rid of efficient heating.
Mr. President.
Environmentally, what they're doing is killing our country. They're absolutely destroying our country.
All right, so it's only been going on for about
the thing that's hurting the
a little over than 6 minutes.
the black population and every other population within
6
our
minutes.
country.
So what do you have, Mitch a lot?
It's the worst it's been, I think, in over 100 years. And they'll fact check it. They'll say it's only 58. Whatever it may be, they don't add all the numbers. They don't add the really bad numbers, and you can check that too. But inflation,
Hopefully.
Harris, is
Come on, black
absolutely
women.
destroying this
Yeah,
country
inflation, we
and the
got it, we
people
got it.
in our country.
I want to see if they ask
Can I
reparations.
ask you another question
Yes,
that is
and-
also impacting black Americans?
And that's very clear now.
Okay,
I'm sorry?
It's very clear. I hear you.
Okay.
let's go.
so
Let's see
Sergeant
what we got.
Massey, someone from Illinois, and I know I'm
Sonia Massey, okay.
the other day in her home
Facts.
by a deputy sheriff. The deputy has since been charged with murder. You said police would get immunity for prosecution.
Exactly.
Why should
Bingo.
someone like that officer have immunity?
Exactly.
Immunity?
Immunity.
I don't know the exact case, but I saw something, and it didn't look good to me. It didn't look good to me. Are you
Okay.
talking with the water?
What does that have to do with the immunity?
It
I
didn't
mean,
look-
police unions are not backing this person
Okay.
either.
What about
Why
immunity?
would-
They're going to be charging the officer. I guess they're charging the officer.
So why should he receive immunity?
Exactly.
Well, he might not. I mean, it depends. It depends on what happens. I'm talking about people that are much different cases than that. We need people to protect
What?
ourselves. And by the way, in Chicago, as an example, a few weeks ago.
No, that's
July
not
4th
what you
weekend,
said. What do you mean it
had
depends?
117 shootings and 17 deaths. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
It's not
We
my
need to
audio.
have our
This is all I
police
can do.
officers have the respect and dignity back. In this particular case, I saw something that didn't look good to me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
So
What is
can
that?
you get a little more specific back to
Thank
the
you.
immunity question? Who would make those
My
cha-
swallow's coming
those,
back.
those
Well,
Right now, for the
distinctions?
most part, people are protected by their unions, by their police unions, or by their police departments. But I'm saying if I felt, or if a group of people would feel that somebody was being unfairly prosecuted because the person did a good job maybe with crime, or made a mistake, an innocent mistake. There's a big difference between
No,
being a
it's
bad
not.
person and making
You
an
make an innocent mistake at
But
the
if
cost of
somebody
life.
made an innocent mistake, I would want to help that person.
What would those exceptions
Yeah,
be?
what are you
What would
talking
determine
about,
an
You go
innocent
after
mistake?
somebody and it's a very close call and it's very dangerous. And you know, they have, the policeman's life and woman is a very difficult thing because sometimes
What?
you have less than a second to make a
No, that's
life
not
and death
true, bruh.
decision. And sometimes
God.
very bad decisions are made. They're not made from an evil standpoint, but they're made from
But
the
a
standpoint
mistake
of
is a
they
mistake.
made a mistake.
So I want to follow up really quickly.
Can y'all please nail
You know,
this
I find
man
it
on this?
interesting because you do talk about reining in prosecutors, especially when it comes to
Like what?
prosecutors that are prosecuting you. Why doesn't that skepticism apply to law enforcement?
Well, I've
Exactly.
been prosecuted because I'm a political opponent of two people that have weaponized our justice system. I've been prosecuted. I just won the big case in Florida. Everyone said that was the biggest
Bro,
case.
stop letting
That
this
was the
man
most
ramble,
difficult
fam.
case, and I just won it. Now, Biden has a similar case, except much worse. I was protected under the Presidential Records Act. Biden wasn't because he wasn't president at the time, and he had 50 years worth of documents, and they ruled that he was incompetent, and therefore he shouldn't stand trial. And I said, isn't that something? He's incompetent and he can't stand trial, and yet he can be president. Isn't that nice?
Mr. President,
But
what
they
does that have
released
to
him
do
on the
with the
basis
question?
that he was incompetent. They said he had no memory, and he was a nice old guy, but he had no memory.
Why was
and
Roland Martin
therefore,
here?
we're not going to prosecute him. I won the case, and it got very little publicity. I didn't notice ABC doing any publicity on it, George.
we cover you extensively, sir. I'd love to move over onto
I
different
didn't notice
topics
you
now.
do any publicity on it at all. I won the case, the biggest case. This
Y'all
was
just
an
letting him
attack
just-
on a political opponent. I have another one.
What is this,
where
bro?
I
Sir,
have
if you
a
don't mind, I'd
hostile
love to
judge.
we have you for a limited time, sir. I'd love to move on to different
No,
topics
excuse
if
you.
we
You're the
can.
one that held me up for 35 minutes, just so you understand.
If we can move on now to the state of the race, sir. I want to get back to the campaign. Senator J.D. Vance is your running mate. He's had a lot of controversy
Did
lately,
they ask
and
him
I
about
want to read you a few
reparations?
things
I
that
don't
he has
think they
said
did.
in the past. He said the Democrats running the country are a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices they've made. And so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. He's not talking here about how great it is to be a parent. He's attacking what he says are the choices people are making to not have children.
Bruh.
Did you know that he had these views about people who do not have children before you picked him to be your running mate? And do you agree with him?
No, I know this. He is very family-oriented, and he thinks family is a great thing. That doesn't mean he
What
thinks
about
that
reparations?
if you
Y'all
don't
gonna
have
ask
a
about
family,
reparations?
It's not. I know people with families. I know people with great families. I know people with very troubled families. And I also know people with no families. They didn't meet the right person. Things happen. You go through life, you don't meet the right person.
But he's not just talking
Excuse
about
me.
families here.
And
He also
some of
says that
those
people that don't have children should get less votes than
That's
those
all
that
right.
do.
I'm just speaking for myself.
that your
and I
campaign
think I'm
position?
speaking for him too. He strongly believes in family, but I know people with great families. I know people with not great families that don't have a family. And the people without the family are far better. They're superior in many cases, okay? He's not saying they're not. What he's saying is that he thinks the family experience is a very important thing. It's a very good thing. But that doesn't mean that if you grow up and you grow older and you don't
What
meet
is this
somebody that would
filibuster,
be
bro?
wonderful to
What-
meet
like,
and would have
what's
been
going
good,
on?
that's a bad thing. He's not saying that. My interpretation, you'll have to ask him, actually, but my interpretation is he's strongly family-oriented, but that doesn't mean if you don't have a family, there's something wrong with it.
Just
Mr.
one last
President?
point, and then we'll move on. Just one
What
of the
about
bedrock
reparations?
principles of American life is one person, one vote. Senator J.D. Vance has suggested that someone who has children should have more votes than a person who does not have children.
That's
I just want to
crazy.
be clear
Actually-
here. Is that the position of your campaign?
Well,
That's interesting.
No, but it's not something I have ever heard before. I can tell you this. Right now you have illegal aliens coming into our country, many from prisons and many from mental institutions, and they want to give them votes. I don't think they should have votes. They came into our country illegally,
People
and
who
they're
are only
taking the
American
vote away
citizens
from
are
all
allowed
of the
to vote,
people in
sir.
this room that have been here a long time, that have worked hard, that in many cases, and you'll see this happening, if I'm not elected, you're going to see it happening. If I am, you're not going to have any problem. But you're going to see it happening a long time. You're going to see the people in this room and people outside of this room are going to be losing their jobs, the people that have come into this country illegally.
Mr. President, can we stay with just kind of the state of the race right now? Because I felt like that vice president question,
Lord.
candidate question was right in there with that. So let's talk about J.D.
y'all gonna
Vance
ask?
for a little bit. He's had some stuff.
No, let's go back to black fucking issues. Why are we talking about J.D.
A
Vance?
couple of weeks for him. Why did you choose J.D. Vance?
Who cares?
Why didn't I?
Why did you
What
choose
the
him?
fuck,
I'm having a hard
Faulkner?
time hearing too.
I
I know
chose him
everybody out
because-
there can, but it's
I'll
hard
Bitch,
to
you
hear.
are a fucking
I
coon
chose him
clown.
because he's a very strong believer in work. And
We're at the
working
National
man
Association
and
for
woman,
Black Journalists. You asking
and
why he
especially
chose
the
J.D.
working
Vance? Who
man
gives a
and
fuck?
woman who have been treated very unfairly, because you have many of them in this room. But you have many of those people, they were treated very unfairly. They worked very hard and they were treated unfairly. He wrote the book that became a bestseller. The movie became a smash hit.
This is crazy.
He's a very smart guy without the benefit of having a family that has contacts, like a father that was well connected. He got into Yale Law School. He graduated in 2 years from Ohio State, summa cum laude.
Fam, what does this gotta
you
do
take
with
a
black
look at, his career has been an amazing career. He started off at a level with a difficult family situation, very difficult with the mother and the father and everything else. He ends up going
What
to
does
Yale
this
Law
have to
School
do
and was
with
one of the
black
top
people, bro?
students,
I'm
became
so
the head of the Law
confused.
Journal. It's an amazing thing. He's a 4-year, he was in the military with great distinction for 4 years, got out, went into business, became successful in business, very successful in business, actually. Did public offerings and other things. And I have to believe in that. I mean, he's somebody that was born in a rough situation. Most of the people know that situation because it was very well documented in his book. And I have a lot of respect for somebody that can get into Yale and become one of the best students in Yale, that meets a young woman at Yale who was also outstanding, and they get married, they have
what
a
is
beautiful
this?
family. But he had he's made himself an amazing life. He then goes to Ohio, lives in Ohio.
Oh my God, we are wasting
my
time
investment, that
talking
helped.
about his
But
VP.
the Senate. He becomes a United
Instead
States
of black issues.
So he's
what?
a United States
Leave it
Senator.
to Faulkner.
And so
to be
Harris,
to
like
ask
I
this.
respect you for your success, I respect people for
thank
their
you.
success.
The reason I asked the question is because the last time you and I sat and talked was the day that you were shot. We'd been together for much
Are
of
we
that
se-
day.
oh
You
my
left
God. Can we
to
all
go to Butler,
please?
Pennsylvania, and we didn't know what was next.
Can we please
And
stop
two
this?
days
sorry.
after
I
that-
cannot understand. Your microphone
I know,
is so
it is
muffled.
really hard for me
I
to
mean, it's
understand
just,
you too.
I can understand you perfectly.
Because she's
Whoa.
closer.
I can understand you.
I'm happy to hear that, sir.
But I can't
really happy to hear
understand,
that.
Harris,
I have a few more questions.
because of the distance and the mics are really in lousy shape, but I cannot understand
Are you
So,
asking a question?
what you're saying.
Mics are in lousy
so
shape, bro.
what I wanted to say was the last time we spoke, you said some words that were prophetic because I asked you who you wanted to choose for vice
Bro,
president.
what is this?
And you said normally it really wouldn't matter what they would bring, you know, you choose somebody that you think has a future, that sort of thing. But you said these words 3.5 hours before an attempted assassination on your life. You told me that bad things happen, Harris, and that's why this decision is important this time. Bad
What
things
does this
happen
have to
instead of
do
time.
with anything?
When you look at J.D. Vance, is he ready on
Oh
on
my
day
God,
one?
we're still on J.D. Vance.
Does he what?
Ready on day one, if he has to be.
I've always had great respect for him, and for the other candidates too. But I will say this, and I think this is well documented. Historically, the vice president, in terms of the election, does not have any impact. I mean, virtually no impact. You have 2 or 3 days where there's a lot of commotion.
Do you hear
as
that?
to who, like you're having it on the Democrat side, who it's going to be. And then that dies down, and it's all about the presidential pick. Virtually
Bro, Faulkner,
never
I don't know
has it
why
mattered.
they
Maybe
invited
Lyndon
Faulkner.
Johnson
This is
mattered for
crazy.
different reasons than what we're talking about. Not for vote reasons, but for political reasons, other political reasons. But historically, the choice of a vice president makes no difference. You're voting for the president, and you can have a vice president who's outstanding in every way, and I think J.D. is. I think that all of them would have been. But you're not voting that way. You're voting for the president. You're voting for me. If you like me, I'm going to win. If you don't like me, I'm not going to win.
I'm going to get my J.D. Vance question in.
J.D. Vance?
I'm going to get my J.D. Vance
Sure.
question in. To your point and to Rachel's point, he, you know, has a lot of opinions about childless women like myself or divorced people like yourself. Do you think, well, I mean, my point
but at
is
least
here.
it was said in a friendly manner.
My point is, do you think the Republican Party is getting a little bit too judgy about people's lives when you think about abortion or when you think about what J.D. Vance is
Who
saying?
cares if they're
I
getting
think-
too...
Look, I think
These
that
are so stupid
the
questions. Black women, y'all take it out.
Democratic Party is
Black
really
women
the
are
one that
banned
has
for the
problem.
rest
I
of
think
the
they're
fucking
radical
week
on
from calling
abortion
in.
because they are allowing abortion.
Y'all
in the
don't, I'm
ninth
not
month.
responding to
They're
any
allowing
fucking
the
tweets.
But I think it's
They're
about-
You're
allowing
not coming on the
death of
panels.
baby after
You're
the
not.
baby
You
is
don't even
born,
get to
based
call
on
in.
Sir,
What?
that is
Governor
illegal
of
in
Virginia.
every
Who gives a
state in
fuck?
the country.
Based on the governor of
Executing
Virginia,
a
they're
baby in
allowing the
every
death
state
of
in
the
the country
baby
is illegal.
after it's born.
It's a
They're allowing
crime.
abortions in the 8th and 9th month. of
Well, Democrats
pregnancy.
have denied
I think they're right. And I
That's
think
the
the
thing.
Republican Party is actually much less. I think I've made them much less radical, perhaps. But the Republican Party, what we're doing is bringing it back to the states where everybody wanted it. Democrats, Republicans, liberals, conservative, everybody wanted abortion brought back. They didn't
Right.
want Roe v. Wade in the federal government. They wanted it.
Say it.
Everybody
But the
wanted
majority
it
of
back.
Americans oppose
Excuse
Roe
me.
v. Wade being
They
overturned.
They
Multiple
don't know
polls have
about
showed that,
this.
sir.
Right now, they're voting. It brought it back to the states. Now, I happen to believe in the 3 exceptions. Ronald Reagan believed with rape, incest, life of the mother. I do. I think most people do. I think most Republicans do also. But if you take a look, right now they're doing, it's an amazing thing. Out of the federal government, it's in states, and people are voting. And I will say, Ohio is, let's call it a more liberal version, has been approved. Kansas, the same thing, a little bit surprising to a lot of people. But the people are now voting, and it's taking this issue that's been going on for 52 years and has torn our country apart,
we back
and
on
it's giving it to the people to vote on, and they're voting. And many states have already voted. Others are in the process of voting, and it's bringing it back to the people and a vote of the people. And it's not at all radical. And again, you have to follow your heart. I happen to believe in the 3 exceptions. Most people believe in the 3 exceptions. Most Republicans believe in the exceptions. But they don't want to see an abortion in the 9th month or the 8th month. Almost everybody agrees to that. And they certainly don't want to see, in the case of the governor of Virginia, the former governor, I might add, who said, we set the baby aside and then we decide what to do. Meaning, what do? We execute the baby. That's a radical, horrible position. And some people...
Yes, we agree. That is a radical, horrible
position.
100%.
Thank you. Can I just pivot really quickly to another question about, you brought up health, Harris. You're an active man. We see you golfing all the time. But if you win, you'll still be president at 82, which is older than Biden is right now.
But not mentally. Look, mentally.
Oh, are we really giving him these lobs?
He's shot. But most people...
Would you consider...
Most people... I know many people in their 80s and their 90s that are in great shape. Some of our greatest leaders. You look at throughout the world history, the greatest leaders, some of the greatest leaders in the world were in their 80s.
But here's the question. Would you consider stepping down if you felt that your health was declining?
What are these questions?
I think I'd know.
How would you make that decision?
I think I'd know.
Oh, my God, bro.
If I came onto a stage like this and I got treated so rudely as this woman treated me.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm fine with it because she was very rude, sir. Very rude. That was that wasn't a question. She didn't ask me a question. She gave a statement. That wasn't a question.
I repeated your statement, sir, actually.
You said you would. You would
Oh,
make that
absolutely.
decision
If
to
I
step
thought
down.
that I was failing in some way,
What?
I want people to be sharp. I'll go a step further. I want anybody running for president to take an aptitude test, to take a cognitive test. I think it's a great idea. And I took 2 of them and I aced them.
Well,
I took 2 of them. But let me ask you.
Yeah.
I would like to have
Bro, you
people
give him
running
this
for
question.
president,
Of course
and I
he's
don't
going to
mean
talk about...
because they're 75 or 85.
Bro, if
I
they
think
don't ask for
anybody
reparations,
running,
this
I'd like
is
to do it.
crazy.
People say it's
If
not
they don't ask about
constitutional.
reparations,
I would like to
this
have
is
something passed where you can
crazy.
do it. I think we should know. I mean, I've watched what's happened in the last couple of years under this gentleman, and our country is a mess. We
This
have
is
inflation.
wild.
We have the millions of people falling in. We have Afghanistan, which was the worst, most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. What he has done to our country, and her too, what they've done to our country, she has been a horrible vice president. She's considered the worst vice president in the history of our country.
Don't mean to interrupt you, but would you consider taking the cognitive test?
Mr. President.
I would love to
and
do
make
it.
it public?
Well, I've already taken 2 of them, but I'll do it again.
Mr.
Who cares
President,
about a
how do you
cognitive? Like what?
intend
I
to-
suggested, Harris,
This is goofy.
that let's take one.
This is fucking goofy.
I said, Joe and I will go and take a
cognitive
Now,
test.
I'd do it with her,
Who
too. I would do it
cares?
with her also. You know what? She failed her law exam. She didn't pass her law exam, so maybe she wouldn't pass the cognitive test.
Mr. President.
Are you saying she wouldn't pass? Just to be clear,
I'm
you
just giving you the facts.
to be clear, you don't think
I'm
Harris
just
would
How do
pass
you
giving
it?
you the
intend,
facts.
and
She
look-
didn't pass her bar exam, and she didn't think she would pass it, and she didn't think she was going to ever pass it. And I don't know what happened. Maybe she passed it. I
She
guess
did pass it.
There's a
She
man
did-
over
she
here.
did
I
in
think
fact
he
pass it.
must work for
Mr.
her.
President, I would love to ask you about
He must
January
work for
6th.
her.
You've called yourself the
Oh
candidate
my God,
of law
January
and order.
6th. Y'all are asking
When Time
about
Magazine
everything
asked
and
you if you
anything
would
that
consider
doesn't have anything
pardoning
to do
all
with
the
black people.
rioters, you said yes, absolutely.
Sure.
You called them patriots. 140 police officers were assaulted
What
that
does
day.
January
Their
6th
injuries included
have to
broken
do with black
bones.
people?
At least 1 officer lost an eye. 1 had 2 cracked ribs. 2
what?
smashed spinal discs. Another had a stroke. Were the people who assaulted those 140 officers, including those I just mentioned, patriots who deserve pardons?
Well, let me bring it back to modern day. Like about 5 days ago, we had an attack on the Capitol, a horrible attack on the Capitol. You saw the people that were protesting and spraying these incredible monuments, bells, lions, all these magnificent limestone and granite with red paint, red spray paint that will never actually come off, especially in the limestone. It will never, I'm a builder, I know about this stuff. It'll
Fam,
never see it in 100 years.
what?
They viciously attacked our government. They fought with police. They fought with them.
This is what
much more
happens when you
openly
ask
than
them stupid
I
questions
saw on
like
January
this.
6th.
You get
What's
canned
going to happen to those
responses.
people? What's going to happen to the people in Portland that
But
destroyed
sir,
the
my
Ask
city?
question
them
is
about
on those.
reparations.
happen to
My
the
question
Cares
is on
about
those
January
riders who
6th,
assaulted
fam.
officers.
You have to
Would
ask.
you
How about
pardon
you
What's
get
gonna
the black
happen?
agenda
Oh,
out first,
absolutely, I would.
then
You would
ask all
pardon
your
them?
bullshit
If they're
questions.
innocent, I would pardon them.
They've been convicted.
And by the way, the Supreme Court just well, they were convicted by a very tough system. How come the people that tried to burn down Minneapolis, how come the people that took over a large percentage of Seattle, how come nothing happened to them? How come the
But
people
sir, we're
that,
talking
how
about people
come
that
the
were
people-
seen
no,
beating
we're
officers
talking
with
about federal
flagpoles,
buildings.
dragging them down the stairs. They're on
They
video.
dra-
Have you seen that
Really?
video,
Oh,
sir?
really? Well, they
you would
shot-
pardon those. You would pardon
Why
those
are we
rioters?
talking
They
about
shot
January
a young lady
6th,
in the
man?
face
Ashley Babbitt?
protesting. They shot her in the face.
Ashley
nobody died that
Babbitt!
day. You do know that. But people died in Seattle. Nobody died, but people died in
140
Minneapolis.
officers
Do you know
were
people died in
assaulted that
Minneapolis?
day.
And nothing happens, and nobody ever talks, and nothing happens to those people. But you went after the J6 people with a
Care,
vengeance.
bro.
And I'll tell you what
About
about the
January
cops that
6th.
were, and I'm all for the police, as you know, but what about the police that are ushering everybody into the Capitol? Go in, go in, go in. What about that? Look,
No one was
nothing
touching
is
those cameras.
nothing is perfect in life, but you have people from Minneapolis. You have people just from 5 days ago in Washington D.C. They were
What is
having
this, bro?
fist fights and fighting with the police. They were spraying and destroying. They were
What?
desecrating.
What does this have to do with
our
the black
monuments
agenda?
In Washington.
What does this have to do
DC
with the
5
black
days ago,
agenda?
And
You
nothing
can at
happened to
least
them.
ask, hey, are
And
you
have
favorable
you
to
can't have
reparations?
two
Kamala Harris
systems
says
of
she
justice.
supports
That's
reparations.
why
Are
they
you
went
for
after me
cash
as a
payments?
political opponent
What are we talking
because
about?
they felt they couldn't
Are
win
you
without
for as far as
doing that.
ending qualified
And
immunity?
we're gonna
Like,
win our cases.
what
and we're
what
gonna be
what are we
vindicated, but I have to
asking
spend my
January
time
6th
on that
questions?
and money.
These
That's what
black
they want.
women should be
After the
fucking
election, they won't
prosecuted,
care. Although
bro.
in my case, I think
Every
they
single
probably will
black
because the
fucking
hatred
coon
is
on
pretty
the
deep.
stage.
But I'll tell
These
you,
are
they
pointless
went after me as a
fucking
political
questions.
opponent. That's never happened in our country before.
What the fuck
and
are we
it sets a
talking
terrible,
about?
terrible
January
precedent.
6th and JD
What do you do
Vance.
on day one if you win? What's your first thing?
What do? I close the border.
Fuck all these
and I
black
do
women,
two
bro.
things, 'cause I
Black
can do a
women
lot
is
of things
banned, bro.
simultaneously.
They
I
banned
close
from
the
this
border.
channel
We don't want
until
people
fucking
coming-
until
we
I
want people
until
to
I
come in,
decide
Harris, but they
further
have to
on,
be
bro.
vetted, they have to be checked. They have to come
This
in
is
legally.
fucking
We want
crazy,
people- I
fam.
want people to come into our country, but they have to be
This is
vetted,
fucking
they
wild.
have to be checked. So when you say,
I
what do
expect
do?
Harris
That,
Faulkner
and
to
I
say
drill,
some
baby,
goofy
drill. I
shit.
bring energy
What the
way
fuck
down.
are the other
I
two
bring
fools
interest
asking
rates
about?
way down.
What
I
about
bring
JD
inflation way
Vance?
down
She asked
so
one
people can
question
buy
about
bacon again,
immunity
so people can
and then
buy
let
a
him
ham
slide.
sandwich again, so that people can go to a
Then it was on
restaurant
to
and
January
afford it.
6th and all
Because
this
right now,
bullshit.
people
The
can't buy
fuck we
food.
care about
Your
January
grocery bills
6th?
are up 40, 50, 60%.
Do you know any niggas who were
Right?
at January
She's
6th?
agreeing to me. Oh, she's agreeing. Thank you. I like you very much.
Mr. President, I think we are.
But it's true.
Y'all
Your
are fucking
grocery
crazy,
bills
bro.
are up. And then they're mandating that you buy an all-electric car. You know, Elon Musk endorsed me, and he's a friend of mine. He's a good guy. He's a smart guy. But I'm against everybody having an electric car, okay? I'm very much against that. You have to be able to, if you want a hybrid or if you want a gasoline-propelled car. But, you know, we have more liquid gold, gasoline, oil, under our feet than any other country. More than Saudi Arabia, more than Russia, more than any other country. I want to use it. I want to use what we have. I want to bring down prices, bring down costs, and I also have to stop the invasion. And remember, they're taking your jobs. These people coming in are taking your jobs.
Project
Mr. Pres-
2025.
I think we have to leave it there by the Trump team.
All right.
So leave it. That is the last word. Thank you so much, Mr.
What?
Trump, for coming today and joining us.
Fucking useless,
Well, thank
bro.
you very much.
They've been telling us.
Thank you.
Absolutely
Thank you,
useless.
everybody, very much. Great
Thank you,
honor.
Mr. President.
Thank you.
NABJ will email about details regarding the conversation with
I
Vice
could not
President
hear
Kamala
anything.
Harris in September. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Bro, maybe I missed it. Maybe it was in the first half. Maybe let's see if it was in the first half. Let me see. Because that was embarrassing.
Face in a consequential.
Skip.
It was appropriate for you.
Let's hear.
Thank you. Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true.
Cares.
You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them losers, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Who gives a fuck about language? Bitch, we are talking about tangibles. You asking about language and rhetoric. To all the black men with non-black women out there, you the real heroes. This shit is crazy, bro.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you?
You don't even say, hello, how are you? Bro, what are y'all doing?
With ABC, because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And
he has some fucking cheering and applauding for him within the first question. These are plants. I'm convinced these are plants. These are plants. These are plants.
I think it's disgraceful that I came here.
You went to the NABJ and got black people applauding for Trump within the first question and laughing. Like, was the goal to make him look good? Am I messing?
In good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money. They were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave
there are people clapping.
them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late. Just so we understand, I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something was wrong.
Mr. President, I would love if you can answer the question on your...
They were half an hour late? Y'all, that's crazy. Y'all were a half an hour late? That's insane. That's insane. Y'all were a half an hour late? Bro, this is why we don't get respect. This is why we don't get respect. Trump says, hey, I have too much respect for y'all to show up late. They were the ones that showed up late. This is crazy.
Rhetoric and why you
I have
believe that
answered
black
the
voters should
question.
trust you with another
I
vote.
have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President Johnson, who signed the
answer.
Voting Rights Act?
And for you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work, in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
Let me just ask a follow-up, sir, and then we'll move on to other questions here. Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first black and Asian American...
Who cares about what your supporters say about Kamala Harris? Did y'all not know the assignment? Did y'all think this was a roast fest? What the fuck are we talking about? These dumb fucking clowns, these fucking coon Sambo bitches on stage thought this was a fucking roast fest. No, bitch, this was supposed to be about tangibles and what he was gonna give to the black community. We not here to talk about fucking what people are saying and what other people talking about. This ain't a fucking roast.
Woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you?
What's her name, bro? Hold on. What's her name? Rachel, what's her name? Isn't her Rachel Scott? I'm gonna fucking tweet storm this bitch. You are a dumb fucking bitch. Rachel, what's her name, bro? This is the dumbest fucking black woman on the face of the fucking planet, bro. The dumbest fucking black woman on the face of the fucking planet, bro. On the face of the fucking planet. Stupid fucking dumb bitch thinks she wants to get fucking roast session. Rachel V. Scott. You are a stupid motherfucker. You are possibly the dumbest black woman on the face of this miserable planet. Did you think this was a roast battle, you dumb bitch? Huh? This was supposed to be about tangibles for the black community. Nobody gives a fuck about his rhetoric. About his rhetoric or JD Vance. May you die a miserable, horrible death. Actually, no. May you suffer for all eternity in the pit of fucking hell. You goofy, clown ass, tap dancing coon. Unfucking believable, bro. Unfucking believable, bro. Unfucking believable.
And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters
You
to
think
stop
they're
it?
going to delete that? You think fucking Nazi-owned Twitter is going to delete what I said? You're out of your fucking mind. They'll probably boost it knowing Elon Musk. I'll probably be on Fox News tomorrow talking about, well, why are you so disillusioned by the Democrat Party? What happened to them? What made you change? Get the fuck out of here, bro. They'll probably put it in her fucking DMs, all right? Knowing fucking Elon, goddamn anti-black Musk.
Define DEI. Go ahead.
He switched it on them and said, how do you define DEI? Go ahead.
Diversity, equity, inclusion.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
Give me a
literally
definition
the words.
then. Would you give me a definition?
What is the definition of DEI?
DEI.
Give me a definition.
Sir, I'm asking you.
She can't even do it. She can't give a definition of DEI. Oh my God. Trump made, bro, this is embarrassing. This is fucking embarrassing. He asked, give me a definition of DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Yeah, okay, what's the definition of DEI? Sir, I'm asking a question. You guys are fucking jokes. You're a DEI hire, okay? That's more than likely what the case is. How do you fumble this? What?
Question, a
you
very
have to
direct
define
question.
it. Define it for me, if you
I
would.
just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So, I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much, and she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting.
Bro, he's using what these mofos on Twitter are saying, talking about she not black, she Indian. Bro, he's using your own rhetoric against you. Now, where is she going to stand? Because you have a percentage of black people like, she not black, she not one of us. They not like us, she Indian. Bro, what you going to say? This is crazy. Bro.
Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until.
Oh my fucking God, bro. This man's a diabolical genius. Bro. He said, I didn't know she was black. I thought she was Indian. Bro, this man's a diabolical genius. Everything that Tariq and the rest of them been saying, well, she not black, she Indian, bro. What black woman? I don't see any black woman. Bro, this man's a diabolical genius.
A number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Bro, they're laughing. They're laughing. They're laughing because they're like,
So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman.
I
She went to a
respect
historically
either
black
one.
college.
This
I
is
respect
crazy.
either one, but she obviously
I respect either one. Nicely done, Trump.
doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do
And
you
I
believe
think,
that
I think
she is
somebody should look into that too when you ask.
I think someone should look into that. She became a black person. Bro, this is fucking hilarious, bro. I would vote for him hearing this. I would vote for him hearing this. Is crazy.
Continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a
How
direct
did he flip this onto her? This is crazy.
question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris
already
is
answered
a
the
DEI
question.
hire, as some
I
Republicans
really
have
don't know.
said?
I mean, I really don't know. Could be. There are some, and there are plenty. I know this lady right over there, Harris, is a fantastic person who just interviewed me at length, and we had a great interview, I think.
The fucking deflection to another black woman. Fucking genius, Trump. Right? He's now showing, well, it's not about race because Harris is a black woman, right? And she interviewed me. I know she's not a DEI hire.
And I heard you got very good ratings on that
Well, you
interview.
told me it was the longest one of your life, so we had a good discussion. Look, I want to talk about why you're here today.
Bruh, the lob. This is a mastermind class. This is a master class. The lob was insane. He just went a lob right over them. Well, I know Harris isn't a DEI hire. Matter of fact, I had a very long interview with her. Probably the longest one of my life. Probably the longest interview ever. Okay, it's probably no other president could have a longer interview with Harris than I did. Okay, but I don't know. Let's hear what she has to say.
I mean, it is not lost on us how divided we are as a country. And
I'm so sick and tired of them using that, bro. We've always been divided. This country came into being a country through division.
as you were coming today, we really got to see that we were divided along the lines of race, along the lines of gender. And there is this question of,
Since when is Harris talking about race and gender? We're divided along the lines of race, divided along the lines of gender.
in this moment where we are, why come here? What is your message today?
My message is to stop people from invading our country that are taking, frankly, a lot of problems with it. But one of the big problems, and a lot of the journalists in this room I know and I have great respect for, a lot of the journalists in this room are black. I will tell you that coming...
A lot of the journalists in this room are black. Fool, it's the National Association of Black Journalists. Of course, a lot of the journalists are black.
Coming from the border
Bruh,
are
it's
millions and
hilarious.
millions of people that happen to be taking black jobs. You had the best.
What exactly is a black job, sir?
A black job is anybody that has a job. That's what it is. Anybody that has a job.
All right.
And
Mr. President,
they're
can I-
taking the employment away from black people. They're coming in, they're invading. It's an invasion of millions of people, probably 15, 16, 17 million people. I have a feeling it's much more than that. And everybody's been seeing what's happened. The first group of people, the black population, is affected most by that. And Kamala is allowing it to happen. She's the border czar. She's the worst border czar in the history of the world. There's never been a border czar like this. She's never even essentially been. She said she was there once, but not the right part of the border. So she was a border czar. She's done a horrible job. These people are coming into our country, and they're taking black jobs and Hispanic jobs, and frankly, they're taking union jobs. Unions are being very badly affected by all of the millions of people that are pouring into our country. And one thing, as we discussed, many of these people are coming in from mental institutions, from prisons, from jails. They're gang members in other countries. Other countries are setting loose their prisoners. They're opening up their prisons and their mental institutions, and they're taking their bad people, drug dealers, gang members, and they're bringing them into the United States. And by the way, their crime rate is going down, and our crime rate is going to be a disaster.
Mr. President? I want to get
Holy
into
shit, bro.
how you address some of
Goodness
the issues
gracious.
with black communities. And I say that plural because
Goodness gracious. Well, I came here because, y'all are being destroyed by immigration. Okay. All right, but you can't say anything to that, bro. You can't say anything to that. Now, do I think he's going to do anything on immigration? It's not going to happen. I would argue anything he tries to pass would be stuck in Congress. Would be stuck unless he starts doing some EOs. And, thanks to the Supreme Court, he could do some EOs and be like, well, it's legal until you prove it's not legal. So
we live in communities.
Because what you have to understand, they're talking about legal immigration. What people don't get is that they're talking about illegals. Illegals are taking the job. What's the difference between a legal and a citizen? What's really the difference? The only difference is that one has their citizenship. That's it. You can say, well, one went the legal path. All that means nothing. The only difference is that one has their citizenship. So if you don't think they're going to bring about some pathway to citizenship, which is what they've been arguing for fucking decades now. If you don't think that's going to happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happened under the Kamala administration, that's why I'm saying if she does that, we have got to have something before that happens. We've got to have something. All right? If Trump, whatever Trump does, he's going to have to do some negotiations if he wants it to be passed in the House and the Senate. Unless he gets a Republican House and Senate, which is unlikely. But he's going to have to do some form of negotiations, just as he did with the bump stock ban and just as he did with the, the firearms, whatnot. He wanted to make a deal. So, I don't know. Why didn't Kamala show up to this? Kamala wanted to show up to this, but they wouldn't allow her to do it via Zoom. According to Roland Martin, she wanted to show up. She couldn't make it, but she was willing to do it via Zoom. They were like, nah, we're not doing Zoom. I don't know why. This is on the NABJ. I mean, not NAA, but BJ. I don't understand why they would do that. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, show up on Zoom. Nigga, Zoom happens all the time. What the fuck are we talking about? You niggas never been in corporate calls via Zoom? What the fuck you mean? People work remote. They have Zoom calls all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. If somebody physically can't be there, I don't need her to physically be there. What the fuck are we talking about? Who gives a fuck about her being physically there? Bitch, I don't care if she could be in Taiwan for all I fucking care. The bitch could be on the moon. Have her in a fucking helmet and everything, but answer my fucking questions. The fuck are we talking about? I don't give a fuck. She could be in the middle of fucking her husband. All right? Bitch, I don't need to see all that. All we need are the questions. Just let us know what's happening. Well, yes, when it comes to reparations, I think that's all I need. That's all I need. I don't need to have your fucking physical appearance. What the fuck am I going to do with your physical appearance? Like, what? You going to sign some check? Like, what am I missing? So, yeah, I think the NABJ is on some fuck shit. The fact that they were 30 minutes late to the interview because they couldn't get their equipment running. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Crazy.
Of color that are different. We're not all the same. We don't vote the same. We don't think
We're
the
not
same.
monolithic.
It's not monolithic.
Oh my God. I heard the entire interview. We literally heard the entire interview. Because this is where I came in. I came in right here. Bro, we heard this entire interview. This is crazy. This is crazy.
So as you come here today, I want to talk about something that bursts, and this is the weight of the inflation on this country right now. They
spent their time talking about J.D. Vance and January 6th. We got one question in regards to immunity, which I don't even understand he answered. It just sounded subjective. Well, it depends if they deserve immunity or not. Like, that's not what the fuck you said, though. Y'all fucking clowns, bro.
Nonprofit Money Management International recently released data from its mid-year analysis that we have found a 52% rise in people who are seeking counseling for being in credit debt. They're paying for food that is sky high on their credit cards, and now they can't pay that off. The credit counseling nonprofit MMI, as I said, is saying now that they've seen surges that they haven't seen since we were in a pandemic of people in financial trouble. Much of that falls on the shoulders of single moms, single black moms, when you look statistically. Yeah. How do you turn it around? What's your plan for the black community when it comes to money?
So, first of all, it's very hard to hear you for whatever reason because of the fact that they have bad equipment, because I guess, you know, this woman was unable to get the right equipment. But it's very hard for me to hear you, but I can hear every other word. It's very difficult, actually. But so I don't know if they can fix it or do something with it, but I'll do the best I can with it. The inflation is absolutely destroying our middle class, our working class, virtually every class. Inflation is a disaster in our country. Inflation is a country buster. It breaks every country. And we had, in my opinion, the worst inflation we've had. They say it's 58 years, but I think it's much more than that. It's been devastating. And if you just take a look at a lot of things they don't include, like interest rates. Interest rates went from 2.4% to 10%, and you can't get the money. People can't buy houses. They no longer have the American dream. Young people, young black people, they don't have the American dream anymore. They can't buy a house. They can't borrow the money because of the cost of the money. They can't buy it because of the cost of housing, because of the cost to build it, because of inflation. Inflation is a disaster, and it's destroying our country, and it's destroying the black community probably as much or more.
So what do you do?
Than any.
What's your plan?
You know what we have to do? We have to bring down the cost of energy, and that's going to bring down the cost of inflation. This was all started with a bad energy policy by
This
Joe
literally
Biden.
was the interview, bro.
By the way, just if I might, I was running against a man named
heard
Biden.
the interview.
You probably saw that.
I thought it was later. Maybe they
And
asked
he was losing
like
very badly
actual
in
good
the
questions
polls,
before.
and then he had a rather bad debate. I would say it was a bad debate. I would say it was one of the worst debates in history. And his poll numbers crashed.
Let me end this, bro, because I'm too lit. I'm too hot, bro.
You know, let's keep
I'm
going.
gonna do a video, and they are gonna get
Maybe
fucking
something happens
flamed.
the other way.
They're gonna get
They
flamed,
said, "Oh,
bro.
we're going to replace him. Let's just replace him." That's
This
like
is
you're
the
in a
advantage
fight,
of
the prize
being able
fighters
to
in a
pick
fight.
your own panel.
He's not
He
doing what you say.
steamrolled
Let's
over
bring in
2%
another
interest
fighter.
rates for 4 years,
So
caused
our whole
inflation,
campaign
low
was
Fed
steered toward
income.
him, and now we have to steer toward him. But ultimately, it's the same because they have bad policy. They have policies of open borders, unbelievable open borders, horrible energy policies. They want to get rid of, as you say, gasoline in cars. They want to get rid of oil. They want to get rid of efficient heating.
Mr. President.
Environmentally, what they're doing is killing our country. They're absolutely destroying our country. But the inflation is the thing that's hurting the black worker, the black population, and...
Got it. This was fucking embarrassing for black people. We all deserve to have this L, bro. This is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. All right. This was just pathetic, bro. This was the most pathetic thing I've seen in quite some time, bro. In quite some time, bro. These mofos asked about J.D. Vance. Asked about as far as what are you... People have been saying that she's a DEI hire. Y'all had one chance. Y'all had one fucking chance. One chance, and y'all trying to roast this man. This is crazy, bro. Bro, I want to cry, bro. This is so sad. I just wanna cry, bro. This was so pathetic. This was our chance to actually talk. Everybody's talking about tangibles. What tangible did they even ask about? I agree with the whole police thing, but he didn't even really answer the question. He was like, well, it depends and everything. That's not what the fuck you say. You didn't say if it depends. don't know. This is just, I don't know, man. All right. Start watching Telemundo and Univision to get that Spanish on point. This was honestly the best interview he could have had for black people. Like, what are we talking about? You were 30 minutes late. You're trying to attack him on what his VP says? Why the fuck are you attacking him on what his VP says? Like, what are we talking about? The same people who want to say, well, Kamala Harris ain't doing anything when she was VP are now attacking his VP? How the fuck does that make any fucking sense? Do you understand Kamala Harris was a VP T-minus fucking 10 minutes ago? Like, I just don't understand. I don't get it. Like, who gives a fuck what JD Vance has to say? We all know that the VP ain't doing shit. Pence didn't do shit. What the fuck are we talking about? Why are we making this about JD Vance? What? You have the main man in front of you, bro. Do you understand how fucking crazy that is? That's like you talking to the CEO and then want to bring up questions about a manager. Like, who gives a fuck about the manager? We talking to the main person. We talking to the CEO. Who gives a fuck about the manager? I'm trying to see what the CEO can do for me. You in the middle of a business deal talking to the owner of the company and you mentioning everything else but the owner and what he can do for you. Well, I heard one of your employees say this about black people. What do you think about that? Like, what the fuck? I mean, yeah, I don't think it's good. I think it's different, I don't co-sign everything that he says. Like, this is so fucking crazy, bro. This is crazy. Y'all mofos try to go like this was fucking wilding out and some shit. And you still got fucking roasted. You still couldn't answer questions. Well, do you believe that Kamala is a DEI hire? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if the bitch is? Well, what's a DEI hire? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Well, give me a definition of that. Well, I'm asking the question. Y'all are fucking embarrassing, bro. I'm done. You know what? Fuck this election. I'm done. These mofos aren't pressing Kamala. They're not pressing Kamala. I don't see anybody who's going to be pressing Kamala. Then we're going to get another Obama. That's what the fuck we're about to get, fam. We're about to get another Obama who's just going to skate in there off of being a black and a woman. Bro, are you guys fucking crazy? Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of the shit that Trump has said, fucking retarded, in my opinion. I've talked about it ad nauseum. But what the fuck is the point of Kamala being in there? If you don't think she's not going to pass some type of legislation, some policy, something that benefits immigrants, if you don't think that's going to happen, whether it's a pathway to citizenship, something, I would bet my fucking life on it that something's getting passed within those 4 years. And if we walk away with our fucking dicks in our hands, bro, this is crazy, bro. I don't even know what to say. I warned you, brother Lucas. Hologram steak, Lucas. Yeah, this is crazy, bro. This is just how do you fumble the ball this hard, bro? How do you fumble the ball this hard, bro? This is insane. I'm still at shock here.
But inflation, Harris, is
the only pertinent question that was asked was really about the immunity, what he was talking about.
Absolutely destroying this country and the people in our country. Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
President, can I ask you another question?
Yes,
That is also
and this was the
impacting
immunity.
Black
And that's very
Americans?
clear now. Good.
I'm sorry?
It's very clear. I hear you.
Okay. So, Sonia Massey,
Right? This is the immunity. And y'all he didn't really even answer the question. He's like, well, it depends, well, I think it has to do with.
someone from Illinois, an unarmed black woman, was shot.
We deserve everything that's about to come to us. Fuck you niggas, bro. Fuck this shit, bro. I'm not black, bro. I told y'all I'm Asian and Mexican, okay? Lo siento el negros, all right? Where are my Jamaican brothers? Dred Scott. Isn't Dred in the chat? Dred, Give me some of that bleach cream, bro. This shit ain't gonna be This ain't gonna be useful at all, bro. I need to get rid of all this shit. Just yeah. Where is that bleach cream, bro? Nigga, it's about to get rough in this country. It's about to get rough. It's about to get rough. It's about to get rough in here, bro. Dread man, hook me up. I know you got some Jamaican brothers who got like a fucking 15% off or some shit. I see it all over fucking TikTok and Instagram. Mofos coming in with fucking black knuckles talking about, I know bleach. Nigga, your knuckles is black. What the fuck you mean you don't bleach? Got their feet looking like fucking polka dots. Nigga, yo, what's going on with your feet? Crazy, bro. Crazy. I think I can make it work if I can master my Spanish. I can make it work, bro. For the rest of y'all, niggas like Dread, y'all are screwed. Niggas like Z, y'all are screwed, bro. They ain't gonna. It's not gonna be good for you, bro. It's not gonna be good for you. All right, light skins, all my light skinned men and women, I suggest you learn Spanish. You can try and pass if your Spanish is good, okay? Like I know black. No. El negro? No. Mia, viva la raza. Mexicano. Yeah, sí. Come on. Bro, shit is about to get rough. I suggest y'all invest in some fucking bleach cream and do what you gotta do, bro. Shit is about to get rough. This is crazy. I have never seen a fumble this hard. Lord, if these Negroes are fucking applauding her over doing nothing, she's just existing. This is let me see. Let me refresh my Spanish. I don't know. I kind of had a little face, so I uninstalled like Duolingo and all my Spanish apps. I uninstalled Rosetta Stone from my PC. I was like, I don't need that shit. Niggas is about to make a comeback. I don't need this motherfucking Duolingo. Fuck you. Speak English. Speak American, bitch. But after this shit, I'm trying to look. Where did I uninstall it? Where's the program? How do I install Rosetta Stone again? Let me look at the Play Store app. Let me see. The Duolingo. How do you spell that? Duolingo. D-U-A-L. Lord, bro. What the fuck is this? Eso suena horrible. Okay? Muy cierto. All right? Está hecho por el negros. Está hecho. Adiós, el negros. Adiós. Vámonos. Bro, what the fuck is, bro? Oren por la gente negra. Okay? Oren por la gente negra. Oren por los negros. Amigos. Atende. Oren por los negros. Oren por los negros. Is no bueno. Muy mal. Goodness fucking gracious, bro. Joe to go says, buy yourself McDonald's. It has been a hard day. Joe, when we gonna play some Marvel Nemesis? I'm not Marvel Nemesis. Holy shit, my brain has been so fucked by this interview. I'm calling Dreadman Dred Scott. I'm saying Marvel Nemesis. I mean Marvel Rivals, bro. Cause GC ain't shit, bro. I was playing with GC and the rest of them last time. They got me killed, bro. We didn't get not one W. They were absolute dog shit. They got to learn the game. Big Dog says, Kamala already said recently illegals aren't criminals. She said it in English and Spanish, so she's going for the Hispanic Latin vote. Please, Big Dog, tell me you fucking lying. You're lying. I don't believe you, Big Dog. I'm sorry, I don't believe you. Are not criminals. I think you miscomprehended what she said. Kamala. I think you miscomprehended what she said. Kamala's. Okay, look, she promised to sign the border bill. What are we talking about?
He tanked.
Dang, why is she so loud?
Deal because he thought it would help him win an election. which goes to show Donald Trump does not care about border security. He only cares about himself. So here is my pledge to you. As president, I will bring back the border security bill that Donald Trump killed, and I will sign it into law. He tanked.
Okay. All right. I can work on that. I can work on that. Where the hell she said illegals aren't criminals, though? That's what I want to know. Because she's talking about signing the border bill into law. Great. Great. That sounds awesome. I can work with that. Bro, I don't know, man. I'm just so scared, bro. I hate moving from a place of fear. I hate moving from a place of fear, but this shit is terrifying. Cause it's like, yo, okay, she said she'll do the border security bill. All right, that's good. Bro, I don't know where. I'm not seeing it anywhere, big dog. Cause that literally would not make any fucking sense. Illegals are not criminals. That her being a prosecutor saying that is borderline retarded. That's why I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to hear that. That doesn't make any sense. But at least that's something, bro. At least that's something. The Amazing Mexican. Facts, bro. No, Lucas is Mexicano. Oh, do you think Lucas was English? No. Lucas is Mexican. I already told you I'm Asian and Mexican. I'm Asian and Mexican. I already told you all that, bro. I've been telling you all that. You not like us, all right? Lucas, okay? You ever had a Latina girl? You ever had a Latina lady say, "Oh, Lucas, oh, ¿esa español?" Ah, un poquito, un poquito. I love my little Latino queen. Yes. Lucas el Magnifico. Magnifico? Magnifico. Yeah. Lucas el Magnifico. Adios, el negros. Adios, los negros. What's the difference of los? Why is it los negros? What is los? Is it the blacks? Is los the? I need to start taking my Spanish lessons seriously. Batman Big Fan says, watching all the way from Kuwait. Love you, Lucas, bro. I may be visiting Kuwait. I was looking at the houses, but I got to make sure that the Wi-Fi is on point. Because honestly, I'll move to Africa. I really don't care. There ain't nothing in here holding me to U.S., to be honest with you. I mean, besides family. But maybe, you bring all the family to Africa, bro. Maybe have one piece of land, here in the States, 2 houses or something here in the States. And then go to Africa, bro. Simple as that. Go to the city. You just have to figure out, because there's dangerous places in LA. Because I don't really know California like that. I've been to San Fran. I've been to a few places, but I don't really know California like that. So I assume that's just like Africa, but even bigger, right? Because there's certain places like, I'm not going to San Fran, the fucking gay capital. Like, nah, I'm good with shit everywhere. Nah, I've been there. I'm good. I'm cool. So I'm sure it's the same thing with like Africa, right? There's certain places like, you don't want to go there, bro. You stay away from there. All right, bet. But if I can get a house, they were talking about a house for fucking what, 100, 200K? A giant ass house? Bro, I'll get a bunch of black African workers and just have them, build wherever I want. 100%. Go to Namibia. Well, here's the thing. I can't go anywhere where they speak fucking African. I'm not speaking your language. I'm sorry. You gotta speak English. I'm gonna bring the American into Africa. That's what we're gonna do. We need to build a safe haven for black Americans in Africa. I don't care where it is. If white people can do it in Orania, then sure as fuck we can do it in Africa, bro. We can do it anywhere we want, bro. We need to pick the best land that has a nice sunset or sunrise or something. Be like, nigga, this is ours. Nobody can come in unless you black American. Well, maybe that's kind of fucked up. Unless you speak English. We'll leave it to English, right? We'll give a test. That's what we'll do. Bro, I'm taking notes from the fucking white people in Orania. I'm taking notes. I'm like, wait, they just bought a whole bunch of land and said, hey, no niggas can come in Africa? Let me write that shit down. That's some fire. That's some gangster ass shit. Let me put that down. That's what we should be doing, bro. Y'all can keep the states, bro. The only thing that makes the states popular is the people in it. If those people move to somewhere else, nigga, this is just land. That's what I've realized. The only reason why Africa is not the same thing as the States is just doesn't have the same as far as the networking when it comes to Wi-Fi and all that. Bro, you can colonize all that. You be like, yo, we building a road here, we building a shopping mall here, we building a Target there. They may not like it, but they don't fight. I'm sorry, no disrespect to my African brothers, but y'all ain't fighting, bro. And if it's as fucked as y'all say it is when it comes to the corruption, nigga, I'll throw somebody $50 in USD, and it'll be like 5,000 rent or some shit. Nigga, what? You can buy a game for $100 there. Did y'all hear? I was taking notes. I don't know about y'all, but I was taking notes. I'm not fleeing, nigga. Nigga, go ahead. That's the problem with you niggas. You niggas is prideful. You niggas would still be on here as slaves, right? I'm not fleeing, okay? They got me in chains. They killing me every day. They won't give me a business loan. They won't hire me so I can work, but I'm not fleeing. Nigga, you can take that pride and shove it at your fucking ass. Pride ain't done shit for me, okay? Pride is why we're in the position we're in, to be honest with you, because the Africans, they ain't got no pride, okay? They watering themselves with fucking elephant pee. Do you think a nigga's not going to come over here and beat you? Yes, nigga. 100% he's going to beat you. Do you think the Mexican who's fucking dealing with cartels and shit and having to fucking deal with dirt under the feet, do you think they're not going to come over here and beat you? Yes, nigga, they're going to come over here and beat you. Do you think the Asians who fucking get beat if they get like fucking an A-? Why should you get A-? Please, I study so very hard. I study. Why do you get A-? Why do you get A-? Do you think they aren't gonna come over here and beat you? Yes, nigga, they're gonna come over here and beat you. We got a little too comfortable. I'm just letting you know. The problem is we haven't had competition for quite some time. Now that the competition here, niggas want to say, wait, hold up. I'm first in line. What you doing? Hold up now. What y'all doing? Hold up. I'm first. And everybody's saying, no, nigga, you're not. Step aside, please. Step aside, please. That's just is what it is. Just is what it is. So if you want to make your millions in Africa and then come here to the States, by all fucking means. I don't have any problem with that. 100%. Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, how can I buy a bunch of African slaves and get me an NFL team or some shit? I'll have an African NFL team. I'll just feed them a bunch of steroids and chicken. They got chicken. I don't even have to worry about the steroids. They got homegrown chickens. I'll be like, yo, give me a whole bunch of chickens. We're going to shoot these niggas up, and we're going to be the new fucking Raiders, okay? We're going to be Raiders except with the Z. And we're going to go to America and fuck shit up. Absolutely. Like, what are we talking about? Like football, right? The football, how they determine football with the actual ball, a circular ball, bunch of retards. Biggest sport in the world, which is crazy. No, how do I get a bunch of Africans and train them? Be like, yo, nigga, kick that ball harder. There you go. Hit it in the goal. Bro, I'm trying to be a slave owner, to be honest with you, but be a good slave owner. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas are trying to do. Like, what are we talking about? I'm trying to build an empire for us. All right? That's like if the slave owners were building an empire for black people, I would even have a problem, to be honest with you. I would even have an issue. Okay? I'd be like, yo, take it easy, right? If the slave owners, shut up, nigga. I'm building this for you. Do you not understand? I'm building America for you. This is what I'm doing. I'm like, all right, nigga, just take it easy. Just take it easy. You ain't got to whip us. We understand that you forcing us to build this for us, but you ain't, take it easy. That's what I'm trying to do. They already got slavery over there. Do you understand Elon Musk and the rest of them are fucking using Africans right now to get their own resources and paying them fucking pennies on the dollar? Do you understand they whipping fucking Africans? You got Asians over there whipping Africans. Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking crazy? Nigga, you let me see that shit. We'll have a whole bunch of dead bodies. That's what we'll have. We'll have a whole bunch of dead Asians and fucking white people in Africa. That's what the fuck we would have. It's as simple as that. And if y'all want to start a war, then fucking Viva, let's go. By all means. All right? You're out of your fucking mind. I'd put a bullet in their head and say a lion ate them. The fuck are we talking about? See, y'all need some of that pride in Africa. That's what y'all need. Y'all need some of that pride in Africa, right? That pride here in America ain't doing shit for us, bro. We ain't doing shit. We fucking celebrating, oh yeah, they not like us. And then you go back to your fucking studio apartment where you got roaches crawling all over the place. No, that shit ain't doing not a damn thing, bro. Not a damn thing. We need to instill some of this pride, this American pride in the Africans. Listen, nigga, what's wrong with you? Put your back up straight. Put your chest out. There you go. Walk like you know what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, go up to that white man and say, fuck you, I'm not doing that. Oh, no, brother, no. Come on! We've been training for this. Go ahead, do it. Brother, do I have to, brother? Yes! And nigga, he's in your land. What the fuck you talking about? Do you have to? Yes, nigga, go up to him. Okay, brother. I can't do it, brother. I can't. I'm just saying, how do you think they got this fucking land, bro? Do you think all these fucking saltines and crackers got this land? Do you think they paid what, retail price? No, nigga. What are you talking about? You think they paid retail price? No. The fucking aunties and uncles and unkies and uncles and the fucking grandmothers got this land for pennies on the dollar. During the meantime, they wouldn't even allow us to work. Most of this land that they have now is old land, bro. They got this from fucking 1960s and 50s and 40s and shit like that. Right? That's what it is. And they just sit on it. That's all. They just sit on it until they fucking die. That's how that works. So you just have to understand. All I'm saying is, hey, let's fucking, let's see if we can make some shit happen in Africa. That's all I'm saying. Right? Get some fucking, hey, we need some Time Warner in Africa. Oh, not Time Warner. I'm sorry. We need some, I don't know, get some Elon Starlink or some shit. Simple as that. They stole it, nigga. And I want to say, can black people steal some land? Huh? I know niggas can rob, right? I know you've been probably held, many of you have been probably held at gunpoint. All right. Can we rob some land, though? Can we all do that, please? I don't have a problem if y'all want to be, fucking robbing and doing all that stupid shit. But, nigga, why are you robbing for fucking chains? Why are you robbing for fucking little shit? Cars. Nigga, rob some land. Steal some land. What are we talking about? Steal a business. Have you ever seen a forceful, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. When the CEO is forced out of his own business. I forgot what it's called. Like a forced merger is when a company takes over, I believe. Have you all ever seen that? How about we do some of that shit, bro? How about we get on that level, bro? A hostile takeover. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry. Yeah, a hostile takeover. Bro, how about we do that? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. We got to change the crime. We got to change the crime. They've been doing this crime for years and years and generations. We got to change the crime. We got to catch up. All right, we need to go to them. We're taking this place. What? No, the fuck you're not. Eminent domain. Yes, we are. What? Y'all can't do this to me. Get the fuck out, bitch. Bye. I'm just saying. Anyways. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking out loud. That's all. Don't take anything I say to heart. Don't take anything I say to heart. But black women, you are banned. Okay? Until further notice. You are absolutely banned. That I'm not joking with. You're fucking banned. At least for the remainder of this week, I'm thinking. At least for the remainder of this week. If this had been black men on that stage and said some stupid shit like that, them Negroes would have been banned too. They would have. After seeing a bunch of stupid shit that I'm seeing from Twitter and these Twitter spaces with some of these black fucking Negroes, fucking Sambos saying the stupid shit that they're saying, they would have probably been banned for 2 months. Okay. Black women, y'all banned for right now. Right now, I have to figure out what's going on. Because this was, how do you get this man and make him look good? How do you make him look good after all the foolishness he said? Crazy. And then the one question you ask that actually is pertaining to black communities, black areas, you allow him to just fucking meander around.
The other day in her home by a deputy sheriff. The deputy has since been charged with murder.
You never banned the men? What are you talking about? Do y'all not remember when I banned all black men from calling in? Kwai, you about to be put on timeout for fucking lying on my name. Do y'all not remember? Can y'all put a 1 in the chat if you remember when I banned all black men from calling in? Because I was like, these niggas are stupid. I don't want to hear from y'all. Y'all don't remember that? You about to get put on timeout. Someone put Quad Pandas on timeout. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all, you never do that to the black men. What? 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 Put her on timeout. One of the mods, put her on timeout. I ain't got no time for fucking people lying on my name like that. That's crazy. You never do that to black men. I can't believe that. You never do that to black men. What? Me? Crazy this.
You've said police would get immunity from prosecution if you win. Why should someone like that officer have immunity, in your opinion?
Immunity?
Immunity.
I don't know the exact case, but I saw something, and it didn't look...
Well,
once again, why is she bringing up a recent case? Why? Why not bring up a fucking old case? Bring up a Tamir Rice case. Bring up a Elijah McClain case. Give him a hypothetical scenario. Why bring up a case that he's probably not really refreshed on? It just doesn't make any sense.
It didn't look good to me. It didn't look good to me. Are you talking with the water, right?
yeah, well, police.
How's the Mandarin Mandarin coming along? I'm sorry, I'm being honest with you. I'm not learning Mandarin. I'm not doing that, bro. I'll learn Spanish. Mandarin's a bit too far, bro. Mandarin's a bit too far. Listen, black people, make sure that your family members marry either a Latino or someone of not Hispanic, but Asian descent. Okay? If you want to survive in the future, listen. Y'all don't have to listen to me, but I've been right every step of the way. I've been right every step of the way. I told y'all what Kamala was going to do. I told y'all what we should have been doing. I didn't think they were going to fucking fumble the ball like this, because this could have actually been of great benefit to black people, 100%. Because we could have used what he promised us and then gone to Kamala and, like I said, price matched. But they fumbled the ball. Make sure that they are either Hispanic, Latino, or Asian. All right? Korean, Japanese, Chinese, one of those, okay? If you want to be, you don't have to have every family member, but make sure you have one family member that's got, that's tapped into the pulse, all right? Pulse of the country. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. At least one, all right? At least one.
I mean, police unions are not backing this person either.
Okay.
But
why is she making this about one officer? The point of the matter is not this one officer, but on all officers who have been accused of misconduct, that they would have immunity from prosecution. Who gives a fuck about this one officer? You're missing the point. They're confusing the trees from the forest. Like, what are you talking about? The issue is not this one officer.
again, why would...
Are they going to be charging the officer? I guess they're charging the officer.
So why should he receive immunity?
Well, he might not. I mean, it depends. It depends on what happens. I'm talking about people that are much different cases than that. We need people to protect ourselves. And by the way, in Chicago, as an example, a few weeks ago, July 4th weekend, they had 117 shootings and 17 deaths. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
What the fuck does this have to do with the immunity question? Huh? What does this have to do with the immunity question?
We need to have our police officers have the respect and dignity back. In this particular case, I saw something that didn't look good to me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
So can you get a little more specific back to the immunity question? Who would make those
Well, right now, for the most part, people are protected by their unions, by their police unions, or by their police departments. But I'm saying if I felt, or if a group of people would feel that somebody was being unfairly prosecuted because the person...
If a group of people felt that if somebody was being unfairly prosecuted, so it's mob rule? Like, this is just... Like, you have to understand how to talk to someone like this, right? You have to talk to them like, they're so hostile, and their hostility is fucking them. That's the crazy part. Their hostility is fucking them. You want to know how you ask someone like Trump this question? Well, listen, Trump. Recently, you talked about as far as giving immunity from prosecution to officers. The reason why that impacts the black community, and the reason why that may be taken negatively, because we view this as a scapegoat for bad officers. We view this as an officer as far as violating the rights of an American citizen, and we have no recourse to defend ourselves for justice. That's the reason why. Now, what is that what you are saying, or was this just another hyperbolic statement, to get the crowd roaring, right? Like, I just don't understand. Like, why give him a specific case, which this mofo doesn't even know? We don't even know everything about the case. We're still finding out. I believe the autopsy report came out, not just fucking yesterday or something? Like,
did a good job maybe with crime, or made a mistake, an innocent mistake. There's a big difference between...
There's a follow-up question right there. Trump, I know and you know that mistakes happen all the time, right? But if a mistake happens at the cost of a human life, there has to be justice, right? That person still has to be brought to justice for the life that they took accidentally, albeit. Why do you believe that that person shouldn't be brought to justice and given immunity? How do you see that as being pro-American? How do you see that as being patriotic? How difficult is this, bruh? How difficult is this? Matter of fact, Trump, I view that as anti-American. Because it seems that you want to make this a police state as opposed to giving the rights to the people, right? Like,
being a bad person and making an innocent mistake. But if somebody made an innocent mistake, I would want to help that person.
What would
help that person?
those exceptions be? What
do you mean, what would those exceptions be? He just said if a person made an innocent mistake, he would want to help that person.
What would determine
you
an
go
innocent
after
mistake?
somebody and it's a very close call and it's very dangerous, and they have the policeman's life and woman is a very difficult thing, because sometimes you have less than a second to make a life and death decision, and sometimes very bad decisions are made. They're not made from an evil standpoint, but they're made from the standpoint of they made a mistake.
So I want to follow up really quick.
The issue is not the intent, right? The issue is not necessarily the intent, because everyone knows intent is hard to prove. The issue is, hey, do you get immunity from making mistakes? Do you get immunity from making mistakes? Like, do I get to say I got in a car accident, my bad, oh, it's okay, we're all good? No, damage is done, right? You have to pay. You have to pay to fix the other person's vehicle. This, like,
Quickly, I find it interesting because you do talk about reining in prosecutors, especially when it comes to prosecutors that are prosecuting you. Why doesn't that skepticism apply to law enforcement?
Well, I've been prosecuted because I'm a political opponent of two people that have weaponized our justice system. I've been prosecuted. I just won the big case in Florida. Everyone said that was the biggest case. That was the most difficult case. And I just won it. Now, Biden has a similar case, except much worse. I was protected under the Presidential Records Act. Biden wasn't, because he wasn't president at the time. And he had 50 years worth of documents. And they ruled that he was incompetent, and therefore he shouldn't stand trial. And I said, isn't that something? He's incompetent and he can't stand trial, and yet he can be president. Isn't that nice?
Mr. President,
but they released him on the basis that he was incompetent. They said he had no memory, and he was a nice old guy, but he had no memory, and therefore we're not going to prosecute him. I won the case, and
bro,
it got
we are
very
so far off the question, and nobody reined it back in.
Publicity. I didn't notice ABC doing any publicity on it, George.
We cover you extensively.
They're laughing.
Sir, I'd love to move over on to
I
different
didn't
topics
notice you
now.
do any publicity on it at all. I won the case, the biggest case. This is an attack on a political opponent. I have another one where I have a hostile judge.
We have you for a limited time, sir. I'd love to move on to different topics.
No, excuse you. You're the one that held me up for 35 minutes, just so you understand.
Oh my God, bro. This is fucking embarrassing. This was fucking embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. And there's nothing they can say because apparently they actually did that. Absolutely fucking embarrassing. All right, I'm gonna end the stream and I'm gonna make a video on this because this was a fucking joke. This is an absolute fucking joke. Like, speechless. Speechless. They got me fucking wanting to move to Africa. This performance was so bad. They got me wanting to move to Africa. Oh. Don't forget to ban them. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Shit. Oh, my fault. There we go. I think you should be unbanned. For a second, I banned Joe by accident. I was trying to pin your message, Jizza. Lord. You knew these black women was gonna fold real hard. Yeah. Y'all not banned, but you're on timeout. Temporary timeout. That's what you're all on, bro. Because this was abysmal. This was absolutely fucking abysmal. You guys are absolutely banned from temporarily banned from calling. 100%. Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Yeah, I'm done. Everyone take care, stay safe, learn Spanish or Mandarin, or get some skin bleach, or go to Africa. Adios, muchachos. Take care.